worst thing you can be is not ashamed to be white. You should be
ashamed
to be white.
Holding in the way, that's what I heard him say. They used to heed the words he said, but that was yesterday. Gold will turn to gray, and youth will fade away. They'll never care about you, call you holding in the way.
Good evening, and welcome to another edition of Old Men in Chairs. This time we really do have two old men. Welcome back, David.
Well, thanks for having me, Corrin.
And if you know if David is here, it must be Tom Friday. And Tom Macdonald and Adam Calhoun have issued a new video today called Race War. And this is actually my second video of the day because I woke up this morning and found my friends at Trump Latinos had dropped a new song. And they've been very, very good to me. I have over 6,000 views on my first reaction that I did Monday to their song Unity. And then they did a song today called Trumpito. On your screen, you see a large group of people, a multiracial group of just about every racial group that makes up America, I think is in there somewhere. The song is about certain people seem to want us to have a race war. You notice that?
Well, not so much in the country here, but I see it in the news, and I'm wondering who in the world would want that?
Well, the media is really the ones pushing it by, distorting a lot of the news stories, and they're going to talk about that when we get into this. Making it seem that all white people are racist and all black people are criminals, and we should hate each other.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's there to gain?
Divide and conquer.
Yeah.
They want to keep the black people voting in the Democratic Party, and the best way to do that is convince them that the Republicans are all racist.
Oh, yep, I understand. Yeah, that's a big help, right?
And now we got an election coming up in another year, and so this is just going to get worse from here.
It's okay to be racist, as long as you hating on the Caucasians, teaching white kids that their shade's the same as school shooters and rapists. Maybe I'm tripping because the white children have been getting taught that they got white privilege by the white guys in the high heels who identify as the white women.
Notice this, white. And he's talking about the white guys in the high heels. I wonder who they could be, the ones that are identifying as women.
I guess, but I think he might be putting that in there as our kids are being trained.
He's talking about the crazy teachers who are, teaching all this critical race theory and gender queer theory and everything to our kids and brainwashing them at a very early age. He said it's okay to be racist as long as you're hating on a Caucasian.
Right.
And believe it or not, there's people that think that's true, that you cannot be a racist against white people. Only black people can have racism against them, or people of color.
I don't think it's a specific term like that. But
Well, we don't think it's specific, but that's what a lot of people think.
Yeah.
As long as you're hating on a Caucasian, you're good.
And they're also making it sound like you are already a racist if you're white.
Yeah, just by matter of birth, you're automatically racist.
White children have been getting taught that they got white privilege by the white guys in the high heels who identify as the white women. I'm not proud to be white, but I'm fine with it, cause I'm not allowed to have pride in it, cause the colonizers and the white bigots made white history my business. I ain't never gonna give a damn if you like me. I ain't gon' trip when they stereotype me. I'm a white boy, and a white boy like me knows that all lives matter. Fight me.
I love the way he starts at about 80 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And then he bumps it up 95 miles an hour.
Yeah.
To be honest, we've watched this video, we've watched the lyric version of this video, we've studied the lyrics, just so we can understand what he's saying. We're old, and if this was a first-time reaction, forget about it. You only get like 10% of what he's saying.
It's still hard to take it all in. There's a lot of content.
It's so much to take in. But he did say there, as a white boy, he knows that all lives matter. It's a very important message.
Yeah, it's because that's a form of racism, saying one sector of lives matter more than others.
But you might remember, I think it was Candace Owen and maybe Kanye. They had a shirt that said White Lives Matter.
Yeah.
And they're black. And they got attacked viciously. How can you wear that shirt? Well, white lives don't matter. Call them every name, they're Uncle Toms, if they just say that white lives matter. Can you believe that that is considered politically incorrect?
Could you say dog lives matter? Is that
White
okay?
labs matter.
What's that?
White labs, like Labrador retrievers. White labs matter. Not black labs, though.
Oh, that's right.
I am if you like me. I ain't gon' trip when they stereotype me. I'm a white boy and a white boy like me knows that all lives matter. Bite me. When I was younger, they taught me to never see color, to treat every man as if he was my brother. But now that we're grown up, we hate one another for all of the ways that we struggle and suffer. They coming for better, we running for cover. The government wants us divided and dumber, addicted and drunk in the gutter, so we never wake up and never recover. Call me culture vulture cause I rap good. I don't pop cans and smoke backwoods, but they call me a wigger and label me Hitler and hate like I'm wearing a Klan hood. It ain't left or right or black or white, it's good and evil. Elite folks ain't normal people. United we stand and divided we fall. America, we gotta get real.
Said elite folks ain't like
Normal.
other people. They ain't normal.
Yeah, they're not normal. Well, they're different.
I think it was F. Scott Fitzgerald actually that said that, the Great Gatsby. Rich people are different. And nothing much has changed in 100 years. I stepped on his line, bite me. One of the best lines in the song. He goes, we know that all lives matter. Bite me.
Bite
That was a nice touch, Tom.
It's good and evil. Elite folks ain't normal people. United we stand and divided we fall. America, we gotta get real. You were segregated, that was not fair. You were enslaved, they did not care. But you were never on a plantation, and my generation was not there. That's trauma in your DNA, causing what we see today. I pray to God you staying strong. Don't wanna see no man in pain. You white folks, I'm embarrassed. Some of y'all are such Karens. That prejudice you inherited was racism from your parents. Get that poison out your veins. Whites and blacks are all the same. They want us in our graves, just let me try to explain. I swear they want us in a race war, dying every day for whose lives matter more. I won't be dying in the race war. Our government is paid for, cause our lives matter more.
Now, Adam's about to let go here. I'm not sure how I feel about the chorus. It's so rockish.
Oh, the choruses goes
Yeah,
off of the,
I mean, they go from this really hard rap,
it's a different beat, yep.
and then all of a sudden it's almost like a pop song.
Well, maybe that's a contrast between black and white right there.
I didn't think of that.
If you born black, you lose. Might as well go get that. You gon' die before you 25, get shot over your shoes. You gon' get killed by police even when you follow the rules. If you listen to the news, you gon' believe all this is true.
So he says all these things that are going to happen to you if you're black, and he beeped out the word noose.
Yeah,
He
that's
said
strange.
if you're black, you might as well just go get a noose. But then at the end he says, all these things that I just said, you believe them if you're watching the news.
Yeah,
They're not true. The number of blacks that are shot by white policemen is much, much smaller than the number of whites that are shot by. But the media highlights it, like anytime there's a black man shot by a white cop, even though there was total justification for, the guy was acting like an idiot, he pulled a gun on a cop, whatever it was. It's immediately, it must be racism.
it's news. It makes way better news than
Oh,
white people
yeah,
getting
then
killed.
everyone's going to turn in, oh, look at this racism, let's watch this, watch this so we can hate on the white guy.
Yep.
That's a sick world we're living in.
If you listen to the news, you gon' believe all this is true. I ain't feel no white guilt, they'll ride for me when I'm killed. I guess white life don't let it sad, but that's the way that I feel. I feel like they feel like I don't know what they all call me. Cis white male, bigot racist, he's a Nazi, that's not me. I'm not one of these white liberal commies who think black America needs allies in they army. Your neighborhood's all gated, claim you pro-black, but you faking. Guys are dying on the pavement, all your hashtags won't save them, that ain't gangsta. People begging for their life still. I know white people who can't afford to pay their life bill.
A lot of white people that are struggling in this economy, right?
A lot of people, period.
A lot of people, period. But you get the impression, it's only the poor blacks and the poor Latinos and the poor people of color that are getting shafted in this economy. But that ain't true at all. I mean, that Rich Man North of Richmond song, that pretty much said it as far as, people working overtime hours for bullshit pay. And there's a lot of people trying to make ends meet that are just not being, with inflation and gas prices and food prices and utility prices.
I can remember when it was easy. You hardly had to work 40 hours a week even to
Those
get
are the
back.
good old days.
Yeah, and there was a lot of spare time. Not anymore. They don't want you to.
One member of the family could work a normal job and support his wife, raise his children,
Yep.
send them to college. Those days are gone.
Yep.
People begging for their life still. I know white people who can't afford to pay their light bill, who might feel like they the ones who losing their life. When the worst thing you could be is not ashamed to be white. White privilege.
The worst thing you can be is not ashamed to be white. You should be
ashamed that
to be
you're
white.
because
But if you're not ashamed, that's the worst.
yeah,
That's the worst thing.
yeah.
Are you ashamed to be white?
No, not at all. No,
You should be.
I should be.
You should be ashamed to be white.
No, I'm not. I'm not at all.
You're a racist pig.
Tribal.
You're what?
Tribal. It's not really race. We have our tribes for thousands of years, and that's how we lived.
True. There's a lot of tribalism in the world. People think it's just Africa, but it's not the whole
world.
whole world
That's how
is
we've
tribal.
survived.
That's how, originally when we were just apes and we had our gang of apes, and we'd fight with a gang in the next forest.
Yeah, that's how it was done. And take their women.
Take their women. Sure. Get the clubs out and beat their skulls in.
Yeah, another racist remark over here about apes.
No, we're not talking about any particular race being an ape. White people came from apes too,
The ones who losing their life when the worst thing you could be is not ashamed to be white. White privilege is a system they position for division. If you black, you go to prison. If you white, your life is different. Take some money, race religion, sprinkle in some ammunition, and make everyone believe that the other team is the villain. I ain't pro-black, I ain't pro-white, I'm pro-American. Every color turns up bones one day when you bury them. Whites and blacks are all the same. They want us in that grave. Just let me try to explain.
That's a pretty strong statement that it doesn't matter what your race is. When they put you in the grave, you're just going to turn into bones.
And they want us all in the grave, is what they're saying.
Well, they want us in the grave, meaning us superfluous people that they don't need anymore.
Population control.
Yeah, they need to get rid of about 80-90% of the people on the earth, so then the rich people can just have their private playgrounds without us getting in the way.
Whites and blacks are all the same. They want us in that grave. Just let me try to explain. I swear they want us in a race war, dying every day for whose lives matter more. I won't be dying in the race war. Our government is paid for, 'cause our lives matter more. They want us in a race war, dying in the streets. Should be us against them, but it's you against me. Ain't nobody gonna win. Everybody gon' see that the color of your skin don't change the color that you bleed.
It doesn't matter the color of your skin, you're all going to bleed the same red.
Yeah.
Adam has always got a little gunshot in almost every song.
Oh, yeah.
What type of gun would you say that was from the sound?
Oh, it had to be signifying a pistol.
A pistol, like
Yeah.
a 9mm?
Yeah, 9. Oh, yeah.
Pow!
A Glock.
Did you notice all the people all of a sudden started smiling?
Yeah,
They had these
through
very
the whole
serious
thing.
looks for the whole video,
Yep.
and then all of a sudden they started smiling. I don't know why. Maybe they got the message.
See that the color of your skin don't change the color that you bleed. I swear they want us in a race war, dying every day for whose lives matter more. I won't be dying in the race war. Our government is paid for, 'cause our lives matter more.
Now, I ordered the CD version of that. There were so many people trying to order it that it crashed the servers. And I kept getting error messages saying try again. So I kept trying again. I ended up getting 8 orders and they canceled them. And it finally mailed, and I'm supposed to get it Tuesdays. Today was the day that you could download the album directly, from iTunes or Amazon in digital format.
Okay, yeah.
But I didn't want to do that because I already got the CD on order. We're in a battle for our lives here as far as the continuation of the great American experiment of freedom. And we're losing ground.
Yeah, I can feel that.
Yeah, they don't care about the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, or any of the other amendments.
Don't care about anything. They just do whatever they want.
They care about power, maintaining power.
And money.
And money. Money and
power.
All those traditions that we grew up with and we learned, that there was equal justice under the law, due process.
And people were that did wrong things were brought up forward for it, and now
Yeah.
they just say they're doing
Well,
the wrong
justice is
things.
supposed to be blind.
And-
It doesn't matter what party you're in, or who your friends are, or how much money you've got.
Well, now it matters.
Now, that's the only thing that matters.
Well, it's just the beginning of a dictatorship is take out your opponents.
Yeah,
in jail.
and that's what all these prosecutions of the January 6th people have been about. You know, lock up anybody that dares to question the election. You know, I get complaints on my YouTube channel, and people, I don't like that you brought up politics in relation to this song or that song. And I'm unsubscribing for you. And I was watching somebody else on the same subject, and he said, I love that. That's a badge of honor.
Mm-hmm.
That that you pissed them off so much that they had to publicly unsubscribe. It's kind of like there's this Facebook group I belong to called "This is not an airport. You don't need to announce your departure." And a guy wrote in and he said, "Thanks for adding me to the group, but I don't really think this is my group, so I'm leaving." But if you don't like me or you don't like that we get into politics, you don't have to announce it. Just go.
Change the channel.
There's other people out there that do like what we do, and those are the ones we're doing these videos for. But the same thing happens with Tom. And he was talking about, he had a live a couple nights ago, and he said his career didn't really take off until he attracted all these haters. He was having good reactions, people liked his music, but he wasn't getting, huge numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as the haters came in and started hating on him, that's when his career took off.
Well, it's like Trump getting arrested here. All of a sudden, every time they finally stopped because they realized they're actually.
Oh, I don't know if they're done. They'll probably indict him a few more times.
I think they're maybe finding out it's not working like they wanted.
It's not working like they want, but that shows you how desperate they are.
Yeah.
They know. There's no way Biden beats Trump again.
I don't think Biden could beat anybody again. But I would know then that the machines were really bad if they prop him up out there and he gets elected, Corrin.
They'll probably try it. They'll try it. They're so desperate, they'll try anything to hold on to power. Okay. Well, thanks again, David.
All right,
and,
Corrin, you're welcome.
We'll call it a wrap here.